Hey guys, it's Rachel from the Little Ring Lamities and their Top 5 Wednesday Day. Today's topic is Top 5 Books that are recommended to you. So if you know my channel or you've been watching for a while, you know I'm not very good with recommendations. Not that I don't appreciate them, just I'm really independent. I'm going to pick out all the books I'm going to read. Or I see more so often I see books in other people's videos that kind of are recommended because they recommend them to the general masses. If they like this book, they'll like this book kind of thing. But sometimes I'm bad at taking recommendations. Most of my recommendations come from my best friend because I find a lot of the recommendations differ with my taste. I feel like a lot of people are more adventurous with their genres, which I've been talking about with my friend. Whereas I'm really, I like a certain book. I like a certain genre. I don't really like action books because I find it really hard to follow along personally because of other issues with my comprehension. Just if I'm reading something I'm not interested in, I'm not going to be able to understand it. And all the stuff that goes with that. So this is kind of a bit difficult for me to do because, there's so many books and a lot of them have been recommended to me from other videos. So that's my 5 and 4 slot are the books that are kind of recommended to me inadvertently. And then the top 3 are books that are actually recommended to me that I actually really enjoyed. So with that confusing interlog, I'm going to start with number 5, which is My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. This is recommended to me by my cousin, and I really actually enjoyed this. It was a very sad novel though, but I hadn't read any of her works. My cousin was very obsessed, and I think still is obsessed. I don't really talk to that individual that much anymore. But yeah, it was a really good read and I really enjoyed it. I still haven't seen the movie yet though. I really want to see the movie soon. Number 4 was the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. If you know, I'm currently reading the 3rd book, so it's already out. The other ones are stacked behind me and I just don't want to move them. But basically the series is kind of recommended to me because I heard a lot of people talking about it, and one of my friends, Jenny, she was actually talking about the TV show, and then I knew it was a book, and then I saw people on Goodreads. So it's kind of like a whole recommendation plethora, and I just decided to read it. So it's kind of like a recommendation for the TV show. Well, I don't know if she was technically recommending it to me, but she was talking to me about it, and she said it was really good and stuff like that. So it kind of pushed me in the direction, so that's why I'm going to rate it number 4. Number 3 was the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. Now, the Vampire Academy series is very wary to start, but my best friend had always recommended to me. So we became best friends late grade 6, early grade 7, because we met then. And basically, she had always been talking to the series because both of us were, she still reads quite a bit. She goes through slow patches just like me. But yeah, basically we're both big readers, and she likes more paranormal. We read some of the same things, but we read different things, and mostly it's YA though. And she was always recommending this series, and I was like, Vampire Academy? Ew, I don't like vampire books. Why would I like Vampire Academy? And then I saw these covers, which did not help, which she also talked about did not help. But then she really wanted to see the movie, and I was like, okay, because usually we always go to the same movies because we just go with each other. And she was like, okay, talking to me about it. And I was like, if I like the movie, I'll give the books a chance, I promise. And I liked the movie a lot. And then I was like, okay, I'll read the 1st book. This is the 5th book. This is the only one I own. But I really enjoyed the series, and I was really happy that she recommended that to me. And I probably shouldn't have been so stubborn, but honestly, if you don't like vampire books, can you blame me for being a little, apprehensive? Probably not for as many years, because I think I picked it up in grade 12, first year university. Whenever that movie came out. So it was quite a long time for recommending that to me. The 2nd book is Love, Rosie by Cecilia Ahern. Now, this is a recent read of mine. I read this in January. This was recommended to me by Thomas, and he was talking about it and saying it was one of his favorites, or his favorite. I forget if it's his ultimate favorite. So at least one of his favorites, and he recommended that I read it, and I'd seen the movie trailer and stuff, so I decided to give it a chance, and I'm really glad I did because I really loved her writing, and I really loved the story. It was very emotional, and it's just really good. And the number 1 recommendation also comes from my best friend. She also recommended this book series to me when I was in grade 7, and I read in grade 7, and I read it sometime in high school. I think I read the series 3 times over now at this point in my life. And it's the Sisterhood, the Traveling Pants series by Amber Shares. Now, my best friend lent me the 1st book, I remember, on a Friday. And I was reading, I don't think I've ever read so much where I started crying because my eyes were hurting so much. But I finished it in one day, and I was like, I need the next book, pass it over here. So that was another recommendation I really did enjoy, and I absolutely love the series. It doesn't get enough attention, I find, anymore, but it's still such a great series, and I really, really want to reread that this summer. Need to remember that. And yes, that is my top 5 books that are recommended to me. If you guys have any recommendations, I just said it was really hard to recommend to, but, feel free anytime because I'm getting better at it. It's something I'm working with. I'm just not a very good listener, and then I regret it because I end up loving the books. So, or if you guys have been recommended any great books, definitely let me know. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.